Aloha, YouTubers. Hi, I'm Rock, and I'm coming back at you with another live stream. And in today's live stream, I'm just going to do not only a quick update on the team associated DR10M, but also what's new, update on my channel. Um, so, so I know on my last live stream on the update on the DR10M, I was having a lot of issues and trying to resolve and um, get to the root of those issues and find a resolution. So, so what I've done so far, I installed a brand new Tekin RX8 Gen3 ESC, and I think that it's gonna be a step closer to making this DR10M run to its maximum optimum. So, I because I had a spare Tekin RX8 Gen2. I had this easy 6 years. It was in storage, so because I didn't like the Macklin DRK, what is it? Either Macklin DRK TSR ESC because it was too buggy. I don't know, something wrong with the software. So I was so excited to get this DR10 up and running and see what its potential, what it's capable of doing. So I know I had this in my back pocket. So end up just installing it just to see how the DR10M run. I came to realize that if you're gonna get into no prep drag racing, you should specifically get electronics that is not only designed but uh, is uh, actually for not only design but I guess the software um, is I guess when you change the settings in the software, it is about no prep drag racing. So this is a Gen 2. I think the latest or firmware is I think it was a V250. I could be wrong. I know it's in the low mid 200s. So this is basically that's only specifically um, designed and made for 1.8 buggies on the track. And so I was running a 1.8 track buggy ESC in OPEP drag racing, which is a big no-no. So not only it was a big no-no, end up I guess it wasn't able to handle the type of power or amp or watts per hour discharge rate. Um, Even though I was only running a 2S, and this is it will be able to run a 6S because, like I said, voltage. There's two ways you can look at a battery, right? Voltage and capacity, and in but I'll probably do a live stream or video on voltage versus capacity. I think I did that earlier on my channel way back when I did it on the whiteboard. But besides it, so anyways, I'm running a max amp 7.4 volt 7,250 milliamp lipo battery, 220 C bursts, right? So it is, even though it's only at 7.4 volts, it's not your regular or your common 2-cell lipo or 7.4 volt lipo battery, right? Because it's actually not a 2-cell lipo or two separate cells, right? At 3 point what is it, 2.7 volts each cell. So actually it's a 5 SP, meaning it's a 5 cells connected in a parallel series which you still maintain the voltage, but you increase the capacity. So in a sense, it's like it's a 5 cell battery, but the voltage is only 7.4 volts or 8.2 when it's fully charged. 8.2, 8.4. What is it? 2.7, 4.2, 8.4. 2.7.4, yeah, 8.4. So, um, like I said, so the amp or the discharge is a lot because it's a 7,250 milliamp. I think I calculated it. It came out to 1,500, over 50, almost 1,600 amps. This battery can produce, and because I'm running a 2-turn brushless motor, it was suck more than it, it, it will suck whatever amp it can suck out of the lipo battery through the ESC. So the end result is I destroyed, or the these focus. Oh, it's focusing in this now. But anyways, these are the gold plated gold connectors to the battery, negative and positive on this ESC, which is supposed to be go right there. So this is the cause of overheating or too much heat, generating too much heat. ESC still works. All I have to do is just take off the cover of this RX8, and then so yeah, basically it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, but it's no longer there. Just have the motor connectors on. That's the end result when you're drawing too much current, too much, it generates too much heat, too much electrical current. So I think that's one of the issues why my DR10M wasn't performing to optimal. So we installed a brand new Tekin RX8 Gen3 ESC. So hopefully that will help ease the solution, or resolve the solution. And I was also able to update the firmware in this RX8 Gen3. So now I'm running Tekin's firmware V93 because I'm running a 2-turn, and it is not recommended I run the highest firmware, which is a V295, because I'm running a 2-turn motor. So because the main difference between the V293 and the V295 is the V295 you can adjust the turbo boost and the launch boost. But the highest turn motor you can use in the V295 is a 3.5 turn motor. So that is out the door. I do have a Tekin, a Trinity drag master Holeshot 2.5 turn, but I want to go with the 2-turn and see what the 2-turn is capable of. So that's why I'm running the 293, because it's specifically for 3 turn to all the way down to 2-turn motors, because there's no turbo boost and launch boost, which I don't really need because I'm running a very low turn motor with a high kV. So yeah, and so I have all the profile settings to low. My launch power and my throttle profile is at the lowest throttle profile, which is 1, which is has a very a very big curve, and I think that's about it. No advanced timing right now. So everything's on low profile. I'll probably do a setup tutorial later on my channel on how to connect this Hotwire, this Tekin Hotwire 3.0 Bluetooth module. This thing needs an update. You need to get a newer version of this Tekin, because it was like spent hours trying to even figure out how to connect this Hotwire 3.0 um, to the ESC and then have it display on your PC. and, and the directions there's Tekin that gives you on their website. Didn't work. I tried to look all over YouTube or all over Google and research and try to see if anybody did any tutorial on how to connect this Hotwire 3.0, but some people were even having a difficult time. So I may do a step-by-step video just to do it, to hopefully help people. And like just and also Tekin is to update their app. I don't know how is it on the Android side, but on the iOS side for iPhones, they need to update that Hotwire app, because for whatever reason, I can connect through Bluetooth to the ESC with the Hotwire, but it can't read the ESC. You can change the settings temporarily, but we'll always go back. It's like once you power outage, once you disconnect the Hotwire from the ESC, it goes back to the default settings, or the default settings. Then it's like you have to leave the Hotwire 2.0 connected to the ESC to maintain the updated settings that you put into the app to the ESC. Sorry, so that it's the app is a little buggy in the iOS ecosystem. So I think Tekin needs to update their Hotwire app. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's the same in Android, but I know it doesn't work on the iOS. You can connect it, you can change the settings, but there are some things that is grayed out and you can't change. Like for example, switching from fan auto to fan always on, that's not possible. That's grayed out. Yeah, there are some things you can change, and some things you cannot change, and even when you do change the chest settings or profiles, uh, once you disconnect the Hotwire from the ESC, it diverts back to default settings. The only way you can permanently, I should say permanently, but change the settings and have it stay, is to do it through the PC. Yeah, so yeah, I was having issues with that. It badly needs an update. So Tekin, please update yours. Not only on the PC, but also in the iOS ecosystem. So yeah, okay, and then to the creme de la creme, right? So I think one of the issues, the reason why I was doing a hard left after launch, is because I was going forward, but in the ESC it was reading it as going in reverse, if you understand what I'm saying. Right? So I know with this ESC, I had a hard time collaborating neutral, forward, and reverse with the transmitter and the receiver. I think I know how to change the motor direction and the change. Well, I had to reverse the throttle in this radio to actually finally get it to collaborate. But the only problem is because when I with the trigger going forward or going in what's supposed to be reverse, the car is going forward, and then when I hit the throttle or pull the trigger, the car goes in reverse and not forward. So I think that was one of the major issues, because even if when I reverse it, that's the only way I could collaborate it. get it to collaborate with the ESC, with the transmitter and the receiver, and then I would have to reverse it. After I collaborate, I would have to reverse the throttle in the software in this R6GS, and so when I pull the trigger, the car would roll forward, and if I hit the reverse, the car would go backwards. But the problem was because even if I pulled the trigger, it was going forward. The ESC was still reading that as the motor direction is going in reverse, or in the reverse mode, and not the forward mode, and vice versa. So when I push the throttle forward, it actually was going. Was going in reverse, but in the ESC is reading it as going forward. So hopefully I explained it as well as I could. So basically, when I was launching in the ESC was reading at like going in reverse. The motor rotation was in reverse, but it's launching forward. It's going forward. So I wasn't getting. Well, I don't know if I wasn't getting, even though reverse was at 100% power. Uh, I don't think. Yeah, it wasn't running smoothly. So I fixed that problem. So when I was launching, even though I was going forward, I was launching in reverse mode. Right. So I remedied that problem. Now I know I have forward as forward, reverse as reverse, and brake as we brake, and I was able to collaborate all that from the transmitter to ESC through the new Tekin RX8 Gen3. So, and the way I know I have it correct and everything's all legit in sync is because when you go forward, right? When you pull the trigger, you go forward. You let go of the brake, so the drag brake will kick in. Not only that, when you try to go reverse, it won't let you go in reverse unless after that 1 point. I think I put it at 1.67 1 second and 1.67 seconds delay. So even though I was forward, and if I try to put it in reverse immediately, the car wouldn't go in reverse. It would just hit the brakes until I let go of the trigger, let it settle in neutral for over a second, and then reverse would be enabled, and the car would go in reverse. And if I put the car in reverse and I try to go forward instantly, it will go forward instantly. So now I know I have all that all straightened out. So little minor details, you know, for me, yeah, I tend to look over minor details like those type of programming, I guess, if you want to call it programming. But so overlooked it, and it seems like the car is running a lot better now. I haven't really took it out and did a shakedown or a pass yet. I just figured that all out, got it all working, and then what I also did, I removed the differential gear, and I installed the Revolution Design solid axle gear in the transmission, so that way I don't have to do the guesswork on whether I have enough diff fluid in the differential gear. So tuning and testing, you want to try to eliminate as much work as you can, that way, or eliminate certain problems. That way you can get straight to the root of the problem and try to find a solution or a resolution. So yeah, so took out, like I said, removed the differential gear and installed the Revolution Design solid axle gear in the transmission. So the both wheels should be able to spin simultaneously not only simultaneously but also at the same wheel speed, right? So here he is. Yeah. And then also got new shoes. Got me new tires and wheels. So these are the Proline Reaction belted tires, uh, super soft sticky compound. So this is the blue dot, which is the blue dot is right there. So this is means it's the super soft, very sticky compound. I was running the orange dot S3 compound. I think which is kind of like a medium compound. So this one is like super soft, supposed to be super sticky. So hopefully I got my traction all situated. Looking forward to doing some passes and shakedowns on this RC. Uh, I'm predicting I should hit or get my should should um, be able to uh, accomplish my PR or my you know get my best times yet on this setup right here. I know I can beat 2.9 flat, which is so far my quickest time, 132 feet, or from 0 to 132 feet, and also maybe get in the 60 mile per hour range. But a lot of tuning and testing. Who knows? Actually, my expectation for this setup, um, I should easily hit low 2 seconds and easy in the 70 mile per hour range. But we'll see. I know I'm gonna, just, but as long as I, be able to get my best PR on this setup, then that's progress, and then we can continue moving forward. After we exhausted this whole setup, I can probably move on and um, try to do different setups. But yeah, so that's the update on the DR10M. What else? Oh, do you have any more? Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that's about it for the DR10M update. So yeah, so looking forward to like taking this and doing some test passes and shakedowns. Hopefully, I'm able to get set my new PR. Yeah, so look forward to future content on this channel. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do more announcements. Yeah, I have a lot of content in the future. Too much content. Keep telling yourself one thing at a time, and yeah. But be patient with me, folks. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for all the support this past years. Yeah, Iraq is going to a full send. But anyways, that's it for this live stream. Hope you folks have a great October, great hump day. Maybe it's not hump day in your place of the world anymore, but it is still yet for me. Have a great weekend. So till my next live stream or VOD, take care and aloha. Shaka. I'm out.